Welcome back to my videos. Uh, we already have a couple of videos to actually how to create the basic framework and how to implement the step definition. And we already successfully completed one scenario where we are able to see a report as well using Selenium, and it is really working fine. So we don't have any problem. But right now, the third video is all about making this more bigger. So typically we have a happy path scenario sometime back, and that happy path is about just what you call the getting your uh, able to log in with a valid password and just make sure that you log in. That's it. Okay, but this is one happy path. But typically for all the stories or the feature, we may have a lot of unhappy paths. Nothing but more of a different what you call negative scenarios. So in that context, we got a very good set of examples where user cannot log in combinations. So user here, see, there is a first one. If you are not registered, you can't log in. Yes, so this is one scenario where user is the email ID is perfect, password is having all the valid characters, but you get a different message saying that your account details are not valid. Okay, and the second scenario is you are a registered user, but unfortunately your password is not correct. And the third scenario is you have a good password, but you don't give an email. It's a blank. It is not correct. And one more is about you you are uh, you are entering your email with you are entering your email and you don't have a specific format for that. So if you're not giving here, so thing is this particular website will first check the format of the email, then it will check the whether the email is valid or not. So we are checking that very first level of validation, and finally we are actually making sure that we are going to forward password. Okay, so we can add a n number of scenarios, but right now these are the four things. Okay, so we have four set of negative scenarios that we need to test. We can actually do the same way that we had done before also. Just by for each and every set of line, we can actually put step definitions. But we should be a little bit smart here by actually uh, try to duplicate the set of steps, because as we said, the less number of steps we have, the less number of Java code we have. The less number of Java code we have, the less number of maintenance. The less number of maintenance, the more probability of getting success. So we should not write one line of method for each and every line, whatever you get. You need to smartly make your steps very less and smartly get more of examples or more of a repeatable kind of what you call steps. So Cucumber have two things. First of all, you can have an examples of the data and have a specific set of tests. And second thing is you can use regular expressions. Regular expressions in the steps I will not discuss in this video. Next video I will talk about regular expressions. But in this video I will explain that how we can minimize the steps by using examples. Okay. So if we really see this properly, what actually this guy is doing is the first line for all the four scenarios is the same. I'm in login page, I'm in login page, I'm in login page. So the step that we already implemented here, which is this, will straight away work. So that is our 30% of the work is already done. The beauty of Cucumber.
So we don't need to give given again.
Yeah, because this step is already there. So don't need to write.
For every run, it will go given. It will take that given and go for another then.
Yes, obviously. Yes. Now that line, forgot about that line. So this second line, what we are giving, we are giving. Uh, see, typically in the first scenario, we had given the value, but we hard coded the value at the backend, which is this, which is not a good Java notation. So we have to ask the tester who is designing these tests to give the data. So for that, that is the reason why you have to give data in the Cucumber feature file, and that will take that as parameters for that particular method, which I will show you. So typically what we have to do is, let us actually forget about um, this tag, and let us do this login, okay, something like that. Okay, so now what I would do is, now I will run this tag and see that you will get the methods, but as we are giving the data as a strings in the steps, Cucumber thinks that you are giving data. But all the set of data, it will create parameters in the method and actually takes that as inputs to the method. So now it generates a method with with the number of data that you are giving here. So here in this line, how much data you are giving? You are giving two parameters. So it creates a method with two strings. And this, how many you are giving? One data. So now if you run this, obviously Cucumber will give me a dummy method, but that dummy method is more of a parameterized method. Okay, so um, so if I go to run test and make this as my tag, forgot about login tag now. So sorry, my spelling is very okay. Negative, and yes.
What if you want to run two scenarios at the same time? How can
We can
give
put
them
comma here and run.
comma and another tag, or just comma at the end?
We give login, comma, login negative.
Okay.
Login again, comma,
at
double
the
quotes
end.
again, login.
Okay.
Okay, you can try it.
Yeah.
So if you run this, it will execute the first step, is opening your home page, but it will for the second two steps, as I said, it don't get the matching method, and it will create okay. So uh, okay, so it opens the browser, and it actually makes sure that you are the home page, and then, as I said, it will run, but it will run only the first step. The other two steps are not actually being implemented. Okay, so because that is not implemented in your code, you can see that you have two methods, and the first method with the two parameters, and second method with a single parameter. So we actually take this and copy paste. I mean, it is a good idea to actually copy paste the code initially, but later on, when we are comfortable, maybe after completing all the 4 videos, you actually, instead of instead of copy pasting the code, you can actually write it by yourself. But that is in the later stage. So right now we got in the console two methods, and we expected that the first method have two parameters and the second method have one parameter. Okay, and the parameter name is not very good, you can modify that. Okay, so now we assign as an email. So this is, now you can make it as an email, and you second thing, you make it as password, because you know that second parameter is a password. Okay, okay, and delete the code which is already there. So what I would do is, so and you should be very much smart. Yeah, I'll remove them. So I'm very smart, and yeah, I'll close this. Thank you. So what I would do is, so now I need to implement my step with this user ID and password. Okay, so this. So I should be logged in. I should be trying to log in with email. With the email. email is email plus okay. So it should the way that we're verifying that the parameters are coming properly. Okay, and again I will just do this. I will implement that in Selenium, but before that I need to verify that my dummy code is working. So I'm again creating a dummy code, and I should be able to see the error message as, so I'll make this as message. Okay, make sense? That's it. So if I run this, I mean first one already is running, but remaining two it should run the dummy code, and the very end is we should see that the parameters are properly coming from your Cucumber feature file into your JavaScript reference. Okay, so you can see that I should be able to log in with unregistered user and password, and I should see that the error message, so as sorry we could not able to log in. So this value is coming from your what you call from your Cucumber feature file. So it is coming from here. So the data is being transformed from your feature file into your Cucumber step definition file. So the data is being carried out from here to there. Okay. So if we implement this, it's a matter of a minute. What we have to do, we have to just here the only thing is we can use the same set of code, which is this here. See that I already have a code, but in the place of this I make it as email. Okay, and the place of password, what I do is password.
First one is a message user.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't matter.
Okay.
So I'm giving what are the username and password in that field. Click on button. So after that, what happens? That is not the part of this step. Second thing is now I need to verify that that message is showing. What are the message? So I need to go to UI and try to execute that particular step of this and get the error message located. That's it. I don't know what the message is. I just want to make sure that the text is shown in this box. So I need to get a locator for the box. So I need to go here and see what is the locator for the box. Okay, so it looks like this is the locator. So this is the class is this. Can I copy that? Can copy that. And as I said, I don't really believe on getting the XPath from somewhere else than creating by myself. So what I do is it's very simple. Asset dot asset to, okay, and the condition is driver dot find element by, and what is the tag? I forgot div is the tag. Okay, by dot no, class will not work because I have a space between. I may have a problem, so I will what I will do is I will do XPath div at the rate class, right? Single quotes, paste it that, get it here. So we got that locator now. So in that locator, what I'm expecting to get text, which is the what are the message. It can be anything. Okay, contains. So what I'm expecting that I'm getting a message which is already there. The data which I'm expecting. That's it. Okay, why this guy is saying? Okay, so it is expecting as a true. Okay, just a minute. Okay, it's not boolean. So concat. So sorry, I was doing wrong. Contains. Okay, cool. That's it. That's it. Okay. So now the power is for the user. So if you put a proper message, that should work. Okay. So now let us run and see. And now we can actually modify that message and we can try the different one as well. If it's failing proper or not. Okay. So let us run it.
What if you want to run all the test cases by not giving like at the rate tags? If you want to run all the test scenarios, what kind of command do we need to give in the run?
I think if you don't give any tag, it will run.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. So now if I want to say that sorry we could not log in and blah, yes, actually testing that the testing is working. Okay, so run it and we have to get that assertion failed. That's it.
failed.
Yeah, this failed and it is
The
saying
last
that sorry this then I should so this is not coming. Okay, it is very valid message and it is saying that the expected and the actual are not correct. So it's absolutely fine. Okay. So now yeah we remove that blah thing outside. Okay, and we have proper test case. Now we have two tests which are running absolutely fine. Okay. Any questions? Okay. But now going forward, we should not actually bother about the remaining test cases because the thing is here the data that you are given is being repeating and we have a similar set of scenarios but different data combinations. So the step is same but different data combinations.
All of the negative scenarios,
Yeah, all the negative. So what I can do is first thing is I need to make that as a data driven scenario. So for that, if I make it data driven, so I make it as scenario outline. Whenever you put a scenario outline, you then the compiler will expect that you should have a examples table. Okay, and we are not really going to Excel sheet kind of thing because BDD is something like a specification by example. We actually put this. So typically now what I would do is I would bring all the data. Yeah, I would expect all the data to come here.
Yeah.
Okay, and the data headers to go over there. So what I would do is I say as email as data header and password and message. Okay, okay, it can be capital also. Don't worry about that. It is okay. Yeah, it is case sensitive, but this is nothing to do with Java. Okay, that's the reason why I want to go here. In every column. So how many test cases we have? We have 4 test cases. Okay. So like this. So here, what is the email that we are putting? And this email. Okay. Right. And what is the second one? This is password. Okay. So you put the password. Okay. And what is the message that I'm expecting here? This is the message I'm expecting, isn't it? Okay. We'll run one. Then make sure that it's running. Then we can add the other two. Okay. So now here I need to substitute these values with the actual and we need to put a greater than symbol which is very important. Okay, this is the syntax. When I put a greater than symbol then it will go and search for a column header in the example. Okay. So okay. Yes.
It should be double quotes. Email should be in double quotes.
Very good question. So typically, if you put double quotes, it takes as strings. Okay, and it substitutes. No need to put double quotes. You can ignore that. Okay. So because we are giving a data somewhere sometime back, they had created a double quote. Okay, but right now data is coming from somewhere else. Okay, but that's a very good question. Okay, yeah, and yeah, this is. I mean, you can put anywhere just for look and feel purpose. I'm making. Okay, but you have to separate them with these pipes. That is the only thing. Okay, pipes you need to separate them with pipes. Okay. Now what happens? Yes, and here also I will substitute them with and make sure that your column header is actually the same exactly same button. Okay. So now I don't. My scenario is very much data independent, but all the data is coming from the example. So this is specification by example. Okay. So if you run it, same tests, hopefully it should actually work. Okay, provided I have a small doubt about the string thing and see how it goes because if it's not working, then we may put it to double quotes. Okay, but fingers crossed. Okay, so it is opening the browser. Internet is a bit slower here. It is making some time, but typically it should go faster. And as we already given 30 seconds as the wait time, maximum wait time, it waits till 30 seconds. So hopefully, yeah, I think the page is loaded now. So it will maximize the browser. Otherwise, uh, we can increase the implicit wait time, and if it is failing, okay. Yeah, it's still under execution. Yeah, it's maximized. Got my notice. Yeah, it's maximized, and it is waiting for that login screen to come. Okay, there was a bit problem. As I said, it happens as I actually said. This is because of the double quotes. Okay, it was running. The problem is it is running the first step only. The other two steps is not taking it properly. Okay, yeah, and I know the reason. The reason is because the regular expression that we are using is tricky. Okay, that is this whatever we are using is pretty tricky regular expression. Okay, so we can improvise on that. So do you guys want me to fix this with my knowledge, or do you want me to don't fix anything in the step definitions and fix somewhere here by giving the double quotes here? What do you want to do? I can fix that in step definition by using a little bit better regular expressions, but that is not. I don't want to confuse you. If I give double quote here, it works.
That would be better.
Yeah, yeah. Because regular expression, as I said, is a very big topic that I will talk at the last. Okay. So if you put like this, hopefully this will carry over there. Okay. Don't put double quotes here because it takes us in email. It takes us greater than email less than. It is very funny. Okay. So now we're giving data like this, and hopefully this will come. Okay, and this happens because initially when you work in number, you have to know that putting a regular expression, handling the way the data is going is initially a bit overhead, but I think going forward, yes. Okay, so it's giving data, so data is going. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so once data is going, everything is fine. Okay, so yes, so yeah, right now as we are giving in strings, and you can see that wonderfully that what data it had done. You have taken 3 input and it runs with R1. Okay. And now what happens is, I think you are clear. Now it's a matter of adding the data. That's it. That's it. Okay. No need of putting. So you can delete um, other combinations of your feature files. So that is what which is important. We should not write the same set of steps everywhere. Okay. And when you're explaining to somebody, you actually explain this. Okay. Yeah, about how to parameterize and what is the advantages of them. Yes. So this is
Less maintenance.
yeah, less maintenance. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Now the second test case is automated. So the third test case just
For the
propagated.
second one, don't we need to give the element expert or ID?
Why? Because as I said, all the error messages are getting into a box, and I got the locator of that box.
Oh,
There is never asset on the actual message. Okay, asset on the box. Okay.
oh, in the same box it's going to represent.
If you don't have a box, then you get the whole page HTML body located. Okay.
Yes, sir. One question.
Yeah.
The box will display different messages. We are asserting the box or we are asserting the message.
We are inserting the box. So we are getting the text in from the box, and then checking whether the expected message is in that box or not. Okay, so we don't care what text is coming. We care what are the text coming from the box. That's it. Okay, so enter the email ID. Okay, so you can see that there's a little bit deviation here. So here he is not actually giving the password. So this line will not fit into this line or this step, which is nothing but what you call. Let me. No, but there is a text called give the password. So that will be a problem. I'll tell about that. Okay, give me 1 minute. Let me show the line number so that I actually say what I'm talking about. See this line number 15. Okay, and see this line number 40. Okay, so line number 34 and 15 is matching because we are setting that and password. Okay, but line number 40, if you give this, and if you don't give a password, but it will still go to the password and put the blank. But actually we don't want to do anything with the password.
Yes, right.
So this line is not actually repeating. It's a different independent line.
We'll put the different code.
Yeah, we can't put this into the part of the, we can't parameter. Okay, so what I,
Give another
yeah, okay, that's not a matter of, it's a matter of one line. Okay, that's fine. So okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyway, that will work. I'll run now. I'll run all the 3 scenarios. Okay, which actually runs with 3 examples and verifies that the messages are coming correct for the all. And you can see that this is parameterized, data driven. So the same scenario will run 3 times. Okay. We'll close the browser because there is an after and before. Close the browser. Again, it opens the browser. Again, start from scratch. Yes. The second combination. Okay. Second combination is a problem. I think the test is really failing. Okay, manually also it's really failing. So it's not getting after the box, it is because of the error message is not actually coming what you. That's a real bug because you are putting some. Okay, so we thought that error message will come out of the box, but it's coming underneath this. Let us see how it goes. Okay, so okay, yeah, I think you are right that. Okay. So yeah, we have a problem here that in the second scenario, it is giving a message, but that message is not actually matching. Please enter the password. Okay. So what I would do is I would actually go and debug it. Okay, put a verification point. That's what actually happened. Okay, so I'm expecting that this box is a box, which is that. Okay, and see in the third scenario, this box is not coming, which is this box at all is not coming. That's the reason why we got this failure. So either we need to get the text from whole page, or we need to get the text from the somewhere else. Okay, yeah. So now, yes, we had three examples, and previously it got failed because of that. We actually taking a locator which is specific to the error message which is coming on the top of the page. But right now, we fixed the problem that we're taking the complete almost the complete section of the login, so that it actually takes all the error messages. Okay. So the next thing is we had we had almost completed till line 22. Now we need to complete line 27, which is a different step because it is just giving the email ID. And for that, no need to really go and generate a number of times. And the last step is already fitting the purpose. And the line number 27 we need to implement. For that, don't need to bother about anything. Now we are in a state where uh, we can know what we are doing. Okay, so just simply form what you call copy the format. See that all the steps should be started with caps and end with dollar. Okay, and that's what Cucumber is giving till now for us. But right now, as we are not really what you called relying on Cucumber, we actually directly use the things. Okay, and that is what when we are talking about. No, when is required. Okay, yeah, no, okay, I got it. Okay, cool, thanks. Just what you call write a method. So now I can write this something like okay, and no need to do need to take that as a parameter. Yes, yeah.
Better we write a scenario in feature file. Why can't we can't generate a step generation in console and then copy and paste?
No, I don't want. That's what I'm telling you. We need that is initially for learning purpose, but going forward, we need to write the method. Okay. So is there any problem till now?
Yeah. We really need no email format over there.
Good question. Okay.
As it is a string.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. So we'll take this out. Okay. And that's it. So it will directly go. Okay. So and the set of what you call steps are just copy. We already logged in, so we actually copy this, but instead of password, we ignore that. Okay. So again, copy pasting. If you are good at copy pasting, okay. So let's give a password. We don't have password. Okay. Should be trying to log in. Tell me.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Okay, enter the email. Make sure that this is this a bit of expression which I'll talk about in the last video. But right now, this is the thing. Okay, and the fourth one is
So we don't need to give such expert.
why.
Then
No, we are not actually doing anything different. We actually
we are trying to log in only by using email. So don't we need to test whether it is
no. That's what the last step is already there, right? We already have this implemented. Okay.
okay, okay.
So I'll test this by actually running them and putting that in this. Okay. Should work. Okay. The last step is automating that forward password, which will take 2 minutes. And then I will add a couple of examples for that what you call email validations and see how it goes. Okay, pass. Okay, no need to worry about that. That is done. The next thing is about I am on a Wiggle login page. Click on the forgot password function. I should be able to prompt for the email. Pass the email. Issue from email. Okay. So this we actually just putting the tags and I will remove the tags later on. Okay. So for that, do you want me to generate by myself or from Cucumber? Okay, so actually we are doing almost the same thing. So now I'll end my video here. Actually, because for the new scenario, we're actually doing the same thing we already did. No need to really what you call repeat what I said. So in this video scope, we actually talked about how to give parameterization, how to give arguments as the data, and actually how we can write by ourselves. What kind of challenges that we get. Okay, so you have any doubts? Okay, thank you very much.